The alarm signal he needed. Two junior welterweights, both intent on going places fast, battle 10 rounds or less. But let's look down the road a moment at the Showtime Championship Boxing calendar. March 5th, Jose Luis Castillo puts his lightweight title on the line against rugged Julio Diaz, and Jeff Lacey defends his super middleweight belt against Ruben Williams. April 2nd, Wayne Braithwaite and Jean-Marc Mormac clash in a cruiserweight unification bout. May 7th, Diego Chico Corrales would take on Jose Luis Castillo, and this is a big if Castillo beats Julio Diaz in March. Then, June 4th, get ready for 140-pound Bull of the Woods Kostya Tszyu defending his title, going to England in Ricky Hatton's hometown of Manchester against the hard-hitting, undefeated Hatton. And remember, the first Saturday of every month is America's Fight Night on Showtime. And that means tomorrow night when Corey Spinks puts his three major welterweight titles on the line in the rematch with Zab Judah. The fight's in Spinks' hometown of St. Louis, and it's a sellout. Al Bernstein spoke with both fighters after today's weigh-in.
The city of St. Louis is buzzing over what will be its biggest championship boxing event ever. More than 20,000 people will be here in the Savvis Center to see Corey Spinks defend his welterweight title against Zab Judah. And Corey is with us now. Corey, the outpouring of support here has been extraordinary. How do you feel about it? And secondly, does it bring with any expectations that are tough to deal with?
Oh, no, not at all. You know, I'm just going into this fight like any other fight. You know, I fought at home before. You know, it's never been this enormous, but, you know, I'm a boxer, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this all my life. You know, I'm just coming in relaxed, you know what I'm saying, and ready to do my thing.
All right, feel good to get this support?
Oh, yeah, it feels great.
All right, Corey Spinks, and the reason that this fight is so big is, in fact, he's coming home to fight a terrific fighter, and that would be Zab Judah, former junior welterweight champ who is highly ranked in the welterweight division. Zab, you had some success toward the end of the fight when you previously fought Corey Spinks. Can that success carry over into this one?
I think so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I prepared for this fight well, very hard, and, you know, I'm just coming in to pick up where I left off at.
All right. Good luck in this one.
Thank you very much.
All right. We are expecting a terrific matchup here at the Savvis Center on Saturday at 9 p.m. on Showtime Championship Boxing. Corey Spinks and Zab Judah.
So, will Spinks keep his titles, or can Judah finally come through in a major showdown and become undisputed welterweight champion? We'll find out tomorrow night. Also on the card, Monty Barrett takes on Owen Beck in a 12-round battle of ranked contenders in the wide-open heavyweight division. Action begins at 9 p.m. Eastern and Pacific tomorrow night. America's Fight Night on Showtime. And so, as we anticipate the Castillo-Diaz lightweight showdown in March and tomorrow night's Spinks-Judah rematch, the boxing weekend's already underway here at Foxwoods in Connecticut. Well, the crowd minus Paulie Malignaggi settled in, as we expect you are, for our main event. David Diaz and Kendall Holt meet in a junior welterweight bout scheduled for 10 rounds. Nick Charles with Steve Farhood ringside. Steve, these are two pretty solid fighters. Diaz, though, sometimes is overly aggressive to his detriment, perhaps. Kendall Holt, at the same time, too defensive at times. So what happens when these guys meet tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, Nick, it's funny. Styles are funny because there's a fine line, a thin line. Diaz has to be aggressive to be effective, but that doesn't mean throwing wild shots and getting hit a lot. Kendall Holt, he needs to be more of a boxer. He needs to be more defensive. Forget about that knockout power all the time. But that doesn't mean running from Diaz, because he needs to get Diaz's respect very, very early in the fight. Kendall Holt is the bigger guy and the harder puncher. So I don't think this is going to be a fight in which one fighter will impose his will on the other. The winner will impose his style on the other.
Well, let me ask them, why is each guy taking this? It's really a big risk.
It sure is. Well, you know, Kendall Holt's a young guy, and you have to look at him and say, he got knocked out in one round not that long ago. So why is he taking the fight? David Diaz, he has to take big fights because he's 28 years old. This guy's been a prospect. He was on the '96 Olympic team, Nick. Back then, promoted by Top Rank, he beat Zab Judah. to make the Olympic team. He's got to make a move.
And fighting a guy who he already proclaims to be a big puncher is a dangerous move.
And Diaz has a high rating, and he does stand a chance to get a shot either at junior welter or lightweight if he wins tonight.
And there is David Diaz of Chicago. Pedigree and performance in his corner. Three-time National Golden Gloves champion. 1996 U.S. Olympian. Unbeaten since he turned pro over 8 years ago. Last year, he decisioned Emmanuel Augustus, stopped former champion Ener Julio, and is coming off a 9th-round TKO win less than 2 months ago. He's an aggressive southpaw who presses the pace and is happy to slug it out anytime. 28-year-old David Diaz, 26-0 with 14 knockouts. Steve, take us behind the numbers.
Rough, tough guys, Nick. In the last 2 years, Diaz has faced demanding opposition like Joaquin Gallardo, Augustus, and Julio. There is no one on Holt's side of the ledger to match. Inch by inch, for a fighter who was a member of the '96 U.S. Olympic team, Diaz's progress has been relatively slow. Not only have 5 of his '96 teammates already won world titles, but all 5 are already former world champions. And distance Diaz. Since moving up in class, Diaz has been in one long fight after another. In his 6 most recent bouts, he's averaged 8.5 rounds. In Holt's last 6, he's averaged only 4 rounds.
Well, Kendall Holtz, 23 and from Paterson, New Jersey, turned pro nearly 4 years ago and ripped through his first 15 opponents. Then last June, Holt was having his way early against Thomas Davis, got careless, got caught, and got knocked out in the first round. The question is whether that shocking loss exposed him or acted as a wake-up call. Holt did bounce back with a couple of 6-round decision wins last fall. He's now 17-1 with 11 knockouts. Steve, what's behind the numbers?
Well, Nick, Kendall Holt is making his move. He's fought only 7 times versus fighters with winning records. He's fought only 60 rounds as a pro to 131 for Diaz. And he's been 8 rounds or more once compared to 6 times for Diaz. Early muscle. Holt has a whole bunch of quickie KOs, including a one-punch, one-rounder over Gilberto Reyes in one of the most dramatic knockouts of 2004. But Diaz's chin doesn't seem particularly vulnerable. And well-suited. In 2 ways, Holt seems well-equipped to deal with Diaz. Firstly, he's fought a handful of southpaws. Secondly, he's fought often at welterweight and might be strong enough to deal with Diaz's pressure tactics.
David Diaz promises to bring his aggression and excitement into play as he puts his perfect record on the line against hard-hitting Kendall Holt, who knows he has to win to get his career back full force. We're ready for 10 rounds or less, so let's go back to ring announcer Mark Biro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fox Theater at Foxwoods Resort Casino in Mashantucket, Connecticut for Showbox, the new generation. Tonight's bouts are under the auspices of the Mashantucket Pequot Tribal Athletic Commission, the chairman, Joey Carter, executive director, Joe Letellier. Your judges at ringside for this contest are Robert Paulino, Clark Sammartino, and George Smith. Your referee for this event, Charming Charlie Dwyer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Duva Boxing, in association with 8 Count Promotions and Showtime, presents the main event of the evening, 10 rounds, junior welterweights. Introducing in the blue corner, wearing white trunks, red trim, weighing 139 pounds, pro record, 17 victories, 1 defeat, 11 knockouts. He hails from Paterson, New Jersey. Here is Kendall Holt. His opponent in the red corner, wearing maroon trunks, gold trim, also weighing in at 139 pounds. He is undefeated in 26 professional contests with 14 knockouts. He hails from Chicago, Illinois. Here is David Diaz. 10 rounds, junior welterweights.
Gentlemen, you both know the rules. Have a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck.
Taylor, the tape you see, Holt, 139, a career low. These are two very different body types. Diaz, shorter, more the pressure fighter. And Holt, taller, more the speed boxer.
Same rules apply here. The ABC rules, no 3 knockdown, no standing 8 count. Referee Charlie Dwyer. And we'll not call him the Charming Charlie.
No.
Do you mind? Charlie Dwyer, the referee. As we look at the rules, get ready to go here. Our second junior welterweight bout. These are 4 prospects we've matched tough, as we told you, top of the show. See which guys emerge and who could make a statement. We saw Oscar Diaz do it in the opening bout. And now it's Kendall Holt in white. Power puncher. Feels he's got the speed, the movement, and the power to do a number on David Diaz. David Diaz, the shorter man. He's in the burgundy trunks with the gold trim. The left-hander who will be a perennial problem, but he likes to come forward and sometimes forget about that jab, is trying to figure out